Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and we're gonna get started on the, let's see, the 70th chapter, rather. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there, because before I made this commentary, or the day I'm making this commentary was the day I put out a lot of videos regarding like reviews on other weapons, and especially the QBZ-95. I always call it the QZB because it's easier to say. But anyways, I believe the QBZ-95 is chapter number 69, lolololo, and now we will be moving on to the other weapons that I had in store, because, you know, the QZB was came first, and because it had a lower rank requirement than Second Lieutenant 5, I have decided to go along and you know, continue on with the Exploring the Arsenal series. But anyways, this is going to be a review on the recently released AEK-971. Lately, especially with the last patch, Nexon has been focusing on getting out a lot of GP guns for us, so that's always good. Expanding the arsenal for the GP users who don't necessarily have access to NX all the time is a really good idea, and it begs for more gameplays, or it begs for more diverse you know, spectrum of weapons. I mean, as if Combat Arms lacked that in the first place. But anyways, let's get rolling with the review on the AEK-971. So, a little bit of background information on it. It is a Soviet/Russian, I believe it's well, Combat Arms, according to Combat Arms, it's an assault rifle, but, I mean, in real life it could be anything else. I'm not really too sure the background behind the AEK-971. I believe this is, a weapon featured in Battlefield 3 as well, if I'm not mistaken, and, as pertains to Combat Arms, it does cost, 4,900 GP for, 7 days, and it is unlocked at Second Lieutenant 5. Now for its stats, the damage that the AEK-971 deals is just like the QBZ that I did last time at 43 damage. So that 43 damage is still a relatively high amount of damage you'll be dealing. It's nowhere near as high as, say, like the AK-74. I think the AK-74U also has 73 damage, if I'm not mistaken either. But I'm pretty sure the AK-74M has a higher damage than that. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's its damage. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's just like, it's the same as it is on the QBZ, and I believe it's the same as the Galil Ace as well, if I'm not mistaken at that either. The damage drop-off is standard as you would expect of assault rifles. It's got a pretty good damage or drop-off over range. So if you need to take someone out at long range, then by all means do so. But with the AEK, it's a little bit different. We'll get to why that is in a second here. Portability-wise, portability is surprisingly fast. Most AK variants aren't necessarily known for their speed, but here the AEK-971 has a 60 portability, which makes it on par with like other rifles such as the M4A1 and then, you know, the recent QBZ Chinese assault rifle that I did a review on just earlier. Rate of fire, it is lower than average at 70. This is the same rate of fire that you see on the Galil Ace, and I personally think that the rate of fire on this one is perfect, because if it were any faster, the recoil would just get out of hand way too quickly. So I actually don't mind that it has a lower rate of fire than the rest, but it's for recoil negation purposes, at least on my end. Accuracy-wise, the AEK-971 features an 87 accuracy, so this is a very accurate GP assault rifle, tied with the Hawa. Before the QBZ got released, the AEK was tied with the Hawa with the second highest accuracy rating of GP assault rifles in the game, but now that the QBZ has been introduced, that is no longer the case, but still, nonetheless, the AEK-971 is very, very accurate. Recoil. The recoil has been clocked at 67, just like the Hawa Type 89 and I believe the TAR 21 camo, I want to say, and also the Galil. Lots of these recent assault rifles have been having 67 recoil, which I don't know if it's coincidence or Nexon's been intentionally been doing that because they're too lazy to give each and every one of the guns their own unique recoil rating, but that's okay because we'll talk about them anyway. The recoil spread on the AEK AEK-971 is actually pretty bad. It's as bad as the AK-74M, but in a sense it's worse because even though the max spreads on the AEK and the AK-74M are relatively similar, at least in my opinion, the rate at which they spread out on the AEK, it's worse. It's a lot worse. So you'll notice that your spread gets out of hand and gets really, really big, much faster than the AK-74M's does. So you might want to be careful of that, obviously. As in terms of recoil kickback, the recoil kickback, there is a little bit of side-to-side recoil. It's not so much as vertical recoil as it is side-to-side recoil. It's like a very pronounced side-to-side recoil. Step aside, step aside. I don't know what I was trying to go about that. But in any case, you can definitely control the recoil because it's very easily predictable. So yeah, that is a disadvantage and advantage in and of itself for the AEK in terms of recoil. Overall recoil controllability, I highly do recommend that you guys burst in shots of 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 at long range, and when you get up close to your enemy at like maybe medium range, then go full auto with it, because the AEK is kind of like the Hawa in that it's kind of like a watered down lotto machine. I'll go into a little bit more explanation when we actually reach the luck portion of this review. But in any case, Tapfire Ability. Now, here's the main disadvantage of the AEK-971 in terms of, as far as its recoil goes. The AEK-971, it is extremely difficult to tapfire with this gun. The recoil makes it so that if you try to tapfire, with this thing, almost immediately your shots will begin to over-tapfire. And what I mean by that is that if you were to tapfire at like a decent rate, so like maybe for example you were tapfiring like click, 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 at that speed, even though it seems pretty slow, by your third shot, your AEK recoil kickback will be kicking hard diagonally left, and that's how bad it is. And clearly, the AEK-971 is not meant for long range combat because the sheer easiness of his tendency to immediately screw up your Tapfire ability is just crazy. It's not even fair. And I mean, its accuracy is good, but what good is its accuracy if you can't hit a damn thing because your ACOG or ITEC or whatever scope you're using is constantly getting thrown off because of the fact that your the AEK-971's Tapfire ability is just so damn bad. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, almost choked on my own spit. What do you know? That's why you need to have a bottle of water with you all the time. But yeah, in any case, that's one of the main disadvantages of the AEK-971. And I mean, it's good to have, or the fact that it doesn't jam. At least it doesn't jam, because I would much prefer guns over tapfiring than jamming. But if it over-tap fires like the AEK does, then I'm not too sure what to think of it. It's very bad on both sides in the long run anyway, so whatever. Moving on to the sprint drawback. Sprint drawback is pretty moderate, or it's moderately fast for assault rifles, but then again, it's nothing to get, you know, all hyped up over. As for its draw speed, the draw speed is moderate as well. I believe, I don't know, actually no, never mind, scratch that. I'm not going to say what I was about to say, because in case I get that wrong. So nothing too special about the sprint draw or draw speed. Center speed, it's pretty slow. It's like the AK-74 series in terms of center speed. So don't expect to be going around spraying people down at close range and immediately having your crosshair snap back in place like the F2000 series do. But yeah, just make sure to be careful of that. Reload speed. The reload speed is pretty moderate. I think it's about the same average reload speed as the AK-74M. So if I do have that wrong, then please let me know. But I just feel like that their reload speeds are pretty similar. In terms of its fire modes, the AEK-971 comes with fully automatic and 3-round burst functions. So if you guys feel like you need to use a 3-round burst at any point in time, then feel free to do so, because it does have that. It does come with that built in. Luck, the AEK-971 I feel like gives me it reminds me of the Hawa Type 89, where it just randomly gives me lottos even if I was never expecting them to come from a mile away. But the AEK doesn't exactly have the same rate of luck that the Hawa Type 89 does. Sure, they might be similar, but definitely the Hawa Type 89 is luckier than the AEK is as far as lottos go. Key physical character or ammo capacity. First, ammo capacity. It has a standard 30-round mag and 90 rounds in reserve, so nothing too special there. As for its key physical characteristics, the AEK it's definitely got that classic AK look, if you guys know what I mean. If you only paid attention to like the barrel and the gun body itself, not the pistol, not the grip or the magazine shape, you would definitely see the resemblance between this and the AK-74M. It does seem like it does have the foldable stock that the AK-74U has. And other than that, that's about it. And yeah, that's the AEK for you. As for its muzzle noise, the muzzle noise on the AEK, actually, it's been such a long time that I forgot what it even sounded like. But if I do recall correctly, it does have a relatively loud blasting noise. I don't know. I don't remember if it was like low frequency or high frequency. I don't think it was high frequency though. But I think it was somewhere in the middle. But I do remember that it does sound pretty goddamn loud. So yeah, just be careful when you're using this, in case someone else might hear you and stalk you and kill you. Yeah, you wouldn't want that now, would you? Attachment options. You can attach anything onto your AEK, so suppressors, mag mods, or sights. Anything is fair game. As for whether or not it's fireteam worthy, the AK is a pretty powerful assault rifle, so yes, I would say that it is indeed fireteam worthy. Just make sure to control the recoil so that your bullets actually hit something. As for whether or not it's quarantine worthy, nah, I don't think so, because most assault rifles aren't really meant for, their stats don't really carry them towards good performance in quarantine anyway, so there you go. And finally, as for my frank personal opinions, the AEK-971 is a really good assault rifle. But just like the Holotype 89 before it, its main con lies in its very hefty recoil, recoil spread, and the fact that it over-tapfires way too easily. And those are the main cons about the AEK-971. However, if you can kind of get yourself over that, or either fix that yourself, or just if you can make yourself ignore those cons, then the AEK-971 will be a fantastic gun for you. I know for a fact that Arctic Dropshot does not like the AEK, and I tried convincing him that the AEK is a good gun, but to no avail. But that's his opinion, and I respect that. I do understand that the AEK is rather a difficult gun to use. Because I mean, come on, it's an AK variant, you know. The entire AK family in Combat Arms, they're not really known for it being really easy to use. So there you go. The AK is 971, while it does continue the tradition of the classic AK variant where it's kind of difficult to use, it is still a very good gun, and I do highly recommend that you guys actually try using it, because who knows, you guys might actually end up liking it as well and start using it on a regular basis. Anyways, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. This will wrap up the review on the AEK-971 assault rifle. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.